What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Thursday, July 15th, 2021, 4:05 p.m. here on the east side of the US. Currently 86 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy. How you guys doing today? Let me know who's in here. Currently posting up to the social medias right now. So give me a few moments. Whoops. What's up, killer? How you doing? Looks bearish today. It definitely does. You can see here in this channel that we're currently trading within. Who else is in here? Drop a message in the chat to let me know that you're in here. And we will jump into some analysis in a few. Let me get my camera. Where's the camera at? Here we go. What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? It is definitely a bearish type of day today. It's been pretty much a bearish week. You guys can see here this resistance that we've been just getting knocked back. Mike the newbie. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Let's take a look at the overall market here. David, how you doing? So you can see pretty much the market's down 2.68% as far as market cap for the day. So that gives you a pretty good idea of where prices are today. What's up, Malena? Nice of you to join. How are things? Well, things are great. Things in the market, not so much. It depends. Binance, I haven't used Binance in a pretty long time. But it's okay, I guess. They're having issues right now with the UK, I believe. I'm sure they'll get it settled. Remember that the US is not even allowed on Binance either. They had to create a whole different Binance.us just for the United States, because the United States did the same thing. If you're in the US, you're not able to use the regular Binance. You have to use a special Binance that they created just for the US. So we might see something like that maybe with the UK, where they create a special .uk version of Binance that specifically tends to their regulations and all that. So it's not a big deal to me. The same thing has already happened in the US, and it doesn't really make a difference. It's up to you, Mike. I don't know. Are you in the US? Are you where? I don't know where you're located. Binance. What's up? No ordinary love. Waiting for better days, which will come. Yes, it will definitely come. It's only a matter of time. What's up, Randy? Looks like it's going to 28 to 30K range. Smash those likes, people. Yes, sir. I'm going to even smash the like. Let's refresh the feed here. Boom. It has been smashed. Yeah, so I mean, if it's not allowed in Canada, then you might want to look into moving it somewhere else. If it's still allowed, if you still have no issues with it, then I mean, I don't see an issue. What's up, Daryl? How you doing? Fear and greed index, we're at 20. Extreme fear still. Yeah, for any long-term holdings that you're just planning on keeping long-term, especially if it's a nice amount, you definitely want to keep it on a ledger stored. It's definitely going to be the safest place. You see Bitcoin down 3.66 the last 24 hours. Ethereum's down. We're back under 2K. Tether's down to 99 cents. Binance coin is up today randomly. Everything else is pretty much down. FTX token down 9%. Kusama up 10%. Chili's up 10%. Just looking for the big numbers to see anything out of the ordinary in the top 100 here. Bakery token up 18% today. Not your keys, not your coins. KuCoin was your only profitable crypto from last month. So we're getting a bounce here, guys. You see, as soon as I go live, we start getting a bounce. I went live. It was at 31,500 or 400, more or less, somewhere around there. Yeah, so it's been so we spoke about this week being a bearish week. Remember on Friday's video, if we go back here to the videos, Friday, so Thursday we made this video, biggest grayscale GBTC unlocking event. And we talked about on Thursday how this week was probably we're gonna have a lot of selling pressure. Then we spoke about it again on Friday, spoke about it again on Monday. Tuesday we did a review on the Ethereum London hard fork, the EIP 1559, which is coming August 4th. If you guys don't know what that is or aren't aware of it, I recommend to check out this video. It's only 9 minutes long. So that's a bullish event, and that's coming in August. I definitely think that the price is gonna bounce prior to that, probably like a week before. It's estimated for the upgrade to come around the 4th, August 4th. So I'm thinking that this week we're gonna have a lot of selling pressure at some point, maybe over the weekend, after the weekend, maybe on Monday. I'm not sure, because on the 18th is the day where we have the biggest unlocking event for GBTC. So that's on the 18th. Then throughout the week, we still have a few more unlocks for GBTC as well. So I don't know if after the 18th or on the 18th if we could get a bounce, maybe not, so maybe leading up to the 28th, which would be a week out. But then you have to remember that we have the option contract expirations, which would be, I believe, on the 30th. So that could bring selling pressure as well. So that would lead me to believe we could potentially be kind of bearish until the 30th, and then expecting a bounce for sure on the 30th. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to be bearish for the next 2 weeks, but I'm just thinking about the events, what's currently going on in the market. And it could lead to think about that, because we have the unlocking, and then the next week we have the option expiration contracts. Now, I haven't looked up the option expiration contracts to see where the majority of the volume is, and to see where the max pain point is for this month. So I'm not sure if we're gonna have selling pressure or not during that week. If we don't have any selling pressure, then we could definitely start seeing some green on this week leading up to the event. So let's see what happens. We have a few different things going on in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, with the nano you can stake. Old crypto, the lowest we can expect, I mean, there's no way to know, but where the majority of the support is going to be between 30 to 28, right? So that's the main levels that we're watching for, and that we cannot break under. If we break under those levels, we could potentially see a fall all the way down here, right? Below 28, the next support probably isn't to around 24,000. 24 to 25, I would say. If we fall below that, then you can expect a drop to 20. If we fall below that, we can expect a drop to like 18. So that's why we need, in order to avoid all of that, we need to hold up here, between 28 to 30. Now, I don't want to see a candle close below 30K. If a candle closes below 30K, that's probably going to be very bad news for Bitcoin. And we could see lower levels. So we got to make sure to protect that 30K. If the daily candle closes below 30K, it's going to be bad news for Bitcoin. FUD everywhere. Yeah, man, there's a lot of nonsense out right now. It's just the sentiment in the market overall is very bearish. So, people are just kind of adding on, right? So any little event is the price is very sensitive to. So that's why, stupid things like that are affecting the price. So yeah, we definitely need to hold 30K. As you can see throughout this whole time, right now we're on the daily candles. Not one time has the price closed below 30K. I think the lowest close 31,251, 31,200. So the lowest daily candle close throughout the last 2 months or so, 2 months, has been 31,200, which was June 25th. So about like 20 days ago. So June 25th, we closed at 31,200, and then we rode all the way back up to 36,000. So currently, we're almost at that same level, 31,605. So we need to continue to defend 30K, because if we close below it, it's gonna be tough to get back above it. So it's a kind of similar to 40K, right? When we got below 40K, we have not been able to get back above it. When we close below 50K, it's tough to get back above it. So it's going to be the same thing with 30. If we close the daily below 30, it's going to be tough to get back above. At that point, I could definitely see us drop into this zone right here that I've been talking about. So hopefully we don't see that and it doesn't come to it. But it is a potential scenario, so we gotta be aware of it. Yeah, Ken, the unlocking is of shares, and I spoke about all that on this video right here that I made last week. So if you want a more in-depth breakdown and analysis on that, you can check this out. But it's manipulation, basically. It looks like people are shorting every time that we're coming up to an unlock, especially people that are underwater and they need to make money, so they short the price. They short Bitcoin right before the unlock, leading up to it, and they make their money back, or they break even, whatever the case may be. Because right now, everybody that's getting their shares unlocked, they're in a loss. They're in the red. So, yeah. I mean, there's no way to know why it puts selling pressure on it. There's no clear answer, but that's just the thought. It's GBTC shares that are being unlocked. It's not any actual Bitcoin. But every time that for the last 6 months or so, or the last few months, anytime there's been shares unlocked, there's been selling pressure leading up to that. So that's why I'm saying that we're probably seeing the same thing. Sid, we're at 31,000 right now, man. Now, is it gonna go to 31,000 on the dot? I have no idea. It's potential. What's up, Dan? Yeah, man. Just as long as you think that in the next 5 years the value of Bitcoin is gonna be more than it is today, then don't worry about the short term. Like, this is all short term, right? When we're looking at dailies and under, it's all short term. Even when we're looking at weeklies, this is short term. When you zoom out of the price, then you can see the bigger picture, right? I'm not worried about right now for my long-term investments. Like, look back in 2018 where we were. Look back a year ago where we were compared to now. So try to remember that. Think long term, not short term. In the past year, Bitcoin's up 100%. In the past year, right? So keep thinking long term. Keep dollar cost averaging. It's going to work out if this is something you believe in. Fanane. Yeah. So for short term trades, we've been taking shorts in my trade group. So we took a short position on the break of 32K and took profits on the way down. Now, if it goes back up, we'll look for a new position towards resistance. So for short term trades, we are currently shorting. Yeah, the previous time they could sell their GBTC for profit, but the price still went down leading up to the event. So for long term, I'm dollar cost averaging. Remember, I told you guys. For short term, I trade with whatever the price action's telling me, whatever it's giving me. So right now, it's not really giving me any long trades, right? For the short term. So I've been taking short term shorts with this resistance, and I mean it's not that difficult to do. You risk a very small amount. As long as you're managing your risk and you're setting up stop losses, you're fine. If you stop out, that's fine. It's very, very small losses. So I'm just trying to get more. I short to get more BTC. That's really all it is. Sid, there's no way to tell you if it's gonna touch 31,000 on the dot. There's no such thing as exact numbers in Bitcoin and trading. It's all zones. If you want 31,000, we're at 31,000 right now. Now, is it gonna hit 31,000 on the dot? There's no way to know. We're at 31,000. Why? What's the difference between 31,638 and 31,000 on the dot? It's all in the same zone. We've already gone that low. We went down to 31,126.5. Pretty close to 31,000 on the dot. There's no way to know if it's going to go to an exact number. Remember, price moves in zones. It does not move in exact numbers. We got 30 people in here, but only 20 likes. Come on, guys. Smash up that like button, guys. Very easy to do. It takes us, we put in hours of work to do these for you guys. It only takes you a couple seconds to smash that like button really quick. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So this is currently what we're watching here in Bitcoin. You know, apart from the events coming up, the GBTC unlocking, the option contracts expirations, this is where we've kind of been trading in this channel here, right? So now the question is this a descending channel or is it a falling wedge? And I posted about this today, actually, like recently. I posted it both on Twitter and I posted it on here on my Instagram. Descending channel or falling wedge, right? So now the difference between the two, if you look here, a descending channel patterns, they're short-term bearish in that the price moves lower with the channel, but they often form within a longer-term uptrend as continuation patterns. The price will continue channeling downward until it is able to break either the upper or lower trend lines. A break to the upside is bullish, while a downside break is, of course, bearish. Now, a falling wedge pattern is a continuation pattern formed when price bounces between two downward sloping converging trend lines. It is considered a bullish chart formation, but can indicate both reversal and continuation pattern. So for the most part, if it's a descending channel, then we're probably just going to keep ranging within these two, right? Before possibly continuing lower. So descending channel is usually more likely basically a break, right, before it continues in the direction that it came from. So in this example, we came down, we've been in a channel, and then continue to the downside, right? Now, if it's a falling wedge, right, and that happens, a falling wedge is when kind of how this looks right now. And it's all on perspective, of course, because it depends how you decide to place the lines. So it's close enough where it could be either one right now, right? If you look at this closely, the line is going inwards. The lines are converging, right? Eventually, the lines will meet at the end. In a channel, the lines are just parallel to each other and they do not meet. They'll never meet, right? So right now, it could be either one. So like I said, a descending channel, that means that we might just continue down. If it's a falling wedge pattern, then that's usually a reversal signal, and means that we could expect a breakout at some point here, right? So, you know, it all depends how you place the lines. You can easily place this at the lowest price here and place this at the highest price, right? And then this is obviously some sort of, it could be taken as a symmetrical triangle. It could be taken as a wedge. You know, it could be many things. So it just kind of depends where you decide to place these lines. I'm just trying to keep this. And you'll notice that when I'm placing these lines, I'm ignoring this top part. So the reason why, because it's just kind of a one-off and it doesn't go with the rest of the pattern. So I'm just ignoring that. And I'm only factoring in the main part of the price action. So I'm factoring in more the close and openings of the candles rather than the wicks. As you can see, I left off. And I'm trying to put it where it makes the most sense, right? That's basically what you do when you're trying to look for some sort of pattern. So depending how you decide to place these lines is kind of what you can get, and which is why I've asked the question, you know, do you guys think this is a descending line? Do you guys think this is a falling wedge? Thank you, Sid. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family, man. Thank you for subscribing and liking the video. Appreciate it. Steven, it's gonna depend a lot on what happens now in the next week. So right now, like I said, we're it looks like we're trading within this range right now. The bottom of that range is gonna be around 28,000. Top of the range is at 35. So right now we're pretty much smack in the middle, right? If we have a lot of selling pressure this week due to what's going to happen with GBTC unlocking, and historically the Bitcoin price has gone down as we approach that. So I'm hoping that we can hold here at 30K, and I'm hoping even if we might have a wick down to 28, hopefully we can maintain above 30 for the closing. As long as we do that, then we should remain within this range, right? As long as we can continue closing above 30, we can see something like that. So then the week after that, next week, is it next week or the week after? We have the in 2 weeks, we have the option contracts expiring, right? So that's a whole other issue, which could potentially also bring more selling pressure. So we have a lot of selling pressure now coming up in the second half of the month. It's gonna be tough, but we gotta just kind of wait and see what develops. And then in August there should be less selling pressure. There's no more big unlocking events for GBTC. And we have the Ethereum upgrade, which is definitely bullish for Ethereum and should affect the entire market overall, I believe. So we'll see what happens there. Killa, I'm more of a trader, so I don't go too deep into altcoins. I do have altcoins, but I honestly, I have I hold most of the top 20, top 25 coins maybe. I don't dive too deep into coins. I have no idea what's behind the project of Quant, so I can't even tell you. I don't really have an opinion on it. I'm more of a trader, so I believe that my time is better spent trading, and I could make a better return overall than trying to research different projects and basically what I like to call buying lottery tickets in different coins and hoping for one to go off instead of just hoping for one to go off. Like I think I can more efficiently just make money trading. There's been that Apple is a rumor. There's been nothing that says that Apple's bought 2 billion. So there's been no actual facts or anything like that behind that. That's just rumors on Twitter from people in crypto. So there's nothing behind that. If that were to be real, and if they were to announce that, then it's going to be super bullish for Bitcoin, obviously. I think that if Apple said that they bought $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, the prices would probably rocket back up to like 50,000. Because if you think Tesla was a big deal, Apple is a way bigger deal. I would say Apple is probably 2 to 5 times as big of a deal as Tesla. And I think Tesla announced theirs probably around at this candle. That was a 19% move from 38,000 to 47,000, right? So I think that's when Tesla announced that they bought Bitcoin. So if on the Tesla news the market went up $9,000, I think Apple news buying Bitcoin would go up at least like close to 20, right? So we could expect a move from 31 to like $50,000 on any type of Apple news, official news that it actually bought Bitcoin. Because remember, Apple owns the most popular smartphone in the world. If Apple bought Bitcoin, that is a big, big deal. If Apple includes it officially into their wallet, not through a third party, but they officially include it into the Apple wallet, and they they say that they're going to start taking crypto payments in their Apple store. These are huge deals for crypto, right? So anything like that would definitely lead the prices back to 50K and beyond, I would say. So that's my thoughts about that. For my Fibonacci, I start at the bottom of the move to the top of the move. Killa, you can find it in the description for this video. I have a link, to my trading room and all the other fun stuff I have here. So you could check it out there. Yeah, Sid, it's been rumors. So there's no real sources to those rumors. So unless Apple actually announces it, or like a real source announces that, it's just a rumor. Trust me, you would know if Apple bought Bitcoin because it will be everywhere, and the price would reflect it. So yeah, it's pretty much what I think about the price right now and the market. I think we're just kind of bouncing in this range. We're still below that 35K. Remember, we need to get above 35K if we want to try to continue up. Below 35K, we're stuck in this range down here. So the low right now in this range is 28. The high in this range is 35. So if we want to get an opportunity to get back to 40, we got to get above this 35K resistance here. And now not only do we have the 35K, but now we have this big descending resistance here as well that we got to get through. So now it's two different resistances. We've consistently been posting lower highs, as you can see. So that's never a good thing either. So that's kind of what we're watching right now. And we got to see what continues to develop there. For short-term gain, for short-term right now, it could go in either direction. It's going to be good for long-term gain, in my opinion. For short-term, there's no way to know if it's going to go lower or not, Right now, we're kind of in the middle of this channel, as you can see. So this is basically no man's land at this point. 30K is support and 28K is support. So those are better areas to enter if you're looking to enter a short-term long trade. But here at 31, not so much. It's basically a 50-50 shot in either direction. So for that, you can go to the casino and bet that money on something. Bet on red and black at the roulette table. Unless you play poker, you have a better chance of making money then. What's up, Miller? Yeah, you could definitely make money still. You just have to, look for spots. You have to be a little bit more careful. You have to risk less, and you have to have your shit together, right? You got to be disciplined. Trading is all about being disciplined. Most people fail at trading because they're just not disciplined. Most people, they'll a lot of people join the trade group and they'll lose money, while other people join the trade group and make money. The difference is almost always their discipline. You gotta learn before you earn, and discipline is a key factor when it comes to trading. Trading, remember, it's just you against the market, really. You have to be very, very disciplined in order to be successful trading, regardless of market conditions. Like when the conditions are really bad, I stay out of trades. When they're really good, I'm jumping in. If they're okay, then I'm fine jumping in trades as well. I'm just risking less and I'm being more disciplined than ever. So it just depends. Right now, the way the market is, like we just took short trades over the week. This morning we took a short trade. Yesterday we took a short trade. So we've been taking trades. We're just taking high probability setups. You know what I mean? All right, guys, we've been live for almost 50 minutes now. I think we've covered most of most of the stuff we wanted to touch on today in this live stream. I don't want to make this a live stream super long, because then they're tough to watch for the people that are not watching it live. Are there any other questions that you guys have? I'll take a few more questions before I wrap it up. So if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. If not, then we'll call it a day. I am hungry. I had a late breakfast, so I haven't had lunch yet. What's up, Fernando? Thank you. I appreciate it. For XRP right now, it's basically just following overall Bitcoin. You can expect it to continue doing that. So depending how Bitcoin moves, it's probably going to be moving. The only times that you'll see anything different is going to be if there's any news from its court case. I expect the court case to eventually be settled, which is bullish for XRP. And once it's settled, it's going to jump up at that point. But yeah, right now it's just following the current market trend overall. So that's why I don't really look at altcoin prices during these times, because they're irrelevant to what's actually happening. They're just following Bitcoin. So the only thing other than following the current overall market is the case that it has. So if the case ends in their favor, then for sure prices are going to jump up. If it doesn't, then for sure prices will drop. If they get, let's say today or tomorrow, they won the case, I think the price will probably double. It could go at least up to $1, probably up to like 110 to 120, right? If the market gets back bullish, then they win the case, then for sure it's doubling. So So yeah, if they get a more bearish ruling in the case, then I expect prices to fall back around the 20 cent area. So about a 75% drop. Judge just ruled Hinman must testify. Is there a minimum amount? So I mean, there's not really a minimum because you can trade with any amount as long as you're sizing correctly. Like if you only have $100, you can still trade with it. It just don't come in with $100 and expect to be making hundreds of dollars on your trades, right? If you come in with $100, then you can expect to be making, maybe $1 on a profitable trade, which is basically a 1% return on your $100. Now, depending how many successful trades we take throughout the month, that's how much you'll make. So if we take let's say we take 10 successful trades throughout the month, you'll make $10 maybe, a 10% return, which is something realistic. Don't come in with $100 and expect to make $100. You're talking about doubling your money in a month, and that gets a little bit more unrealistic because the only way you're going to do that is if you're risking way too much money. And if you risk too much money, then usually it only takes one trade to go broke. So if you risk too much money on one trade, then you go to zero, and now you have no money to trade. So there's no minimum. I just say that make sure that you're realistic with your expectations with the amount of money that you want to use to trade. No problem, Sid. No problem, Fernando. Appreciate you guys being in here. Alrighty, guys. So I think I covered pretty much everything that I wanted to cover for the day, with the market, with what's coming up in GBTC and the option contracts, current price action. I answered questions from you guys. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tomorrow I will do another video, analysis on what happened this week and where we can go possibly this weekend, and my thoughts on that, depending what develops in the next 24 hours. You can see, by the way, when we went live, we were at 31,500, and right now we're at 31,730. So once again, our live stream has pumped up the Bitcoin price, guys. No. I always say to use the amount of leverage is not what's most important. And people always think about leverage the wrong way because they think about it in how much leverage. The amount of money is not really what's important either. What's important is, are you a profitable trader? What's important is, do you have a system and rules in place that you're following? Before you enter a trade, do you know where you're getting out of the trade, whether you're right or you're wrong? Are you managing your risk properly? You know what I mean? Are you using the correct sizing for your positions, for your trades? That's what's important. The leverage doesn't matter. What leverage does is going to amplify your success or your mistakes. So if you're not a profitable trader consistently long term, then your leverage is only going to amplify your losses. So now, instead of maybe if you're losing $100 in a trade, now you're going to lose, $1,000 if you use 10x leverage, right? So leverage, don't think of it like the leverage should be the last question that you ask when you're looking to trade. All these other points that I touched on should be the first things that you focus on and that you ask. And I never recommend using leverage unless you're consistently profitable over a long period of time. And a long period of time is not 1 week or 1 month or even 3 months, but I would say 6 months and beyond, consistently profitable, then use leverage. But all right, guys, thank you guys so much for the questions. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys on tomorrow's video, and I'll be live again next week. As always, guys, peace and love.